They tried to drag you down, convinced that if they heaped enough shame upon you, you'd break. That's the thing about people like them, those who thrive on guilt and humiliation. They rely on your silence, on your hesitation to push back. Shame is their weapon of choice, subtle, piercing deeper than any insult. But what they never anticipated was your ability to rise above it, to walk through their storm of judgment without a second glance. And now, as you stand unshaken, they are left grappling with the bitter taste of their own failure. Shame only works when it finds a willing host. It feeds on insecurities, burrowing into the cracks of self-doubt. They expected you to carry the weight of their accusations like a burden, to shrink under the pressure. But you didn't. You saw through their game, recognized their desperate need for control, and refused to play along. Instead of internalizing their judgments, you turned them back on those who cast them, leaving them to sit in the mess they created. They sought to weaponize your imperfections, twisting them into a narrative that suited their agenda. But here's the truth. Your flaws are not weaknesses. They are proof of your humanity, your growth, your resilience. While they wasted their energy trying to tarnish your image, you embraced your imperfections, turning them into stepping stones for strength. And that is what truly shattered their power over you. Shame loses its grip on someone who refuses to be ashamed. What they didn't realize is that shame is a double-edged sword. The harder they swung, the deeper it cut into their own psyche. Every word meant to tear you down became a reflection of their own unresolved battles. They thought they were attacking you, but in reality, they were exposing themselves. Poetic, isn't it? Now, as they sit in the aftermath of their failed attempts, they are haunted by the very shame they tried to impose on you. Shame is not just a tool, it is a mirror, revealing the true character of those who wield it. The louder their accusations, the more transparent their own insecurities became. They wanted to paint you as the villain, but their strokes were messy, their colors mismatched. And now, the only image left on the canvas is their own distorted reflection. Oh, the irony. Your silence was powerful, not the silence of submission, but the silence of strength. While they hurled their accusations, you gave them nothing to hold on to. No defense, no plea, no reaction, just quiet, unyielding confidence. That silence became a void they couldn't fill, a space where their words lost all meaning. And in that void, their shame grew, taking root in the very ground they had prepared for you. It's almost poetic, really. People who use shame as a weapon do so because they are afraid to face their own truth. They project their fears, their failures, their insecurities onto others, hoping to lighten their own burden. But shame does not dissipate when shared. It multiplies, circling back to those who wield it. And now, as you move forward, untouched and unstoppable, they are left to carry the weight they tried to place upon you. How fitting. The beauty of overcoming shame is transformation. What once felt like chains now becomes armor, strength, and protection. Their judgments, their words, their attempts to break you, they all become fuel for your growth. While they remain trapped in the shame they created, you rise above, untouchable. Their failure is not just in their inability to break you, it is in their failure to see how much stronger they have made you. They wanted you to feel small, but instead, they made you larger than life. They tried to silence you, but your resilience spoke louder than their accusations. They thought shame would destroy you, but it only fortified you. And now, as they sit in their own shame, watching you thrive, they are left to wonder how they ever believed they could control someone as unshakable as you. They wield shame, not from a place of strength, but from fragility. Their attempts to degrade you were never about power. They were about fear, a desperate attempt to mask their own inadequacies. But what they underestimated was your resilience. It is a fortress they cannot breach, a mirror that reflects their own weaknesses. While they sought to break you, your unwavering strength left them exposed, vulnerable, and ashamed of the very tactics they once believed were invincible. Ha ha ha. Look at them now. True resilience doesn't seek vengeance. It simply stands firm. It does not react to chaos. It absorbs it and remains unshaken. They wanted you to flinch, to doubt yourself, to give them the satisfaction of control. But your calm, your composure, left them grasping at straws. Their efforts to dominate only revealed their own lack of power. Strong people do not degrade others, they uplift them. Those who shame others are merely trying to hold together the illusion of strength, hoping no one notices how fragile it really is. But your resilience was the wind that toppled their house of cards. How easily it all crumbled. They wanted to see you crumble, to watch you question yourself, to feel the triumph of their supposed superiority. But instead, they found themselves questioning their own motives, their own worth. Your resilience did not just withstand their attacks, it shattered their illusion of power, and that is a weight they were never prepared to carry. You didn't need to fight back with words or actions. Your resilience was enough. It spoke volumes, louder than any argument ever could. It showed them that you are unbreakable, that their attempts to diminish you only made you stronger. In the silence of their failed attacks, they were left to sit with the discomfort of their own inadequacies. A fitting punishment, wouldn't you say? Shame was their shield, an attempt to protect themselves from their own self-doubt. But your resilience pierced through that shield, leaving them exposed. They tried to degrade you, but all they managed to do was reveal the cracks in their own facade. And now, as you walk forward, unbothered, unapologetic, they are left with nothing but the weight of their own shame. Resilience is not just about surviving, it's about thriving despite adversity. It transforms every insult into a stepping stone, every doubt into motivation. While they sought to break you, you built yourself up. And now, your strength stands as a testament to their weakness, a reminder that they never had the power they thought they did. Shame is a performance, and like any performance, it needs an audience to thrive. They tried to cast you as the villain, hoping others would join in their condemnation. But you denied them the one thing they needed most, your compliance. By owning your story, you stripped them of their control, leaving them to face the hollowness of their accusations alone. The silence must be deafening. When you own your narrative, shame loses its grip. They expected you to crumble under the weight of their scrutiny, but instead, you stood tall. Their whispers became echoes, fading into irrelevance as you reclaimed your voice. And with every step you took forward, their desperation grew, forcing them to confront their own insecurities. They sought validation in the shame they projected onto you. But collective validation only works when the target plays along. By refusing to engage, by refusing to give their words power, You left them shouting into the void. The audience they craved vanished, and with it, their illusion of control. How pathetic. Your dignity, your self-respect, your resilience. It was the force they could not overcome. They underestimated how powerful quiet strength could be. Their words burned fast and hot, but dignity is a slow-burning flame, impossible to extinguish. And now, as the embers of their cruelty fade, your unshakable presence remains, a testament to the truth they never wanted to face. How poetic.